Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, November 15th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I listen for the calls for me to step into my power. All right, let's look at this week ahead. We have our first eclipse happening on Friday this week. It is a partial lunar eclipse. I tell every client and remind everybody all the time that eclipses aren't more because they're partial or less because they're partial, not more because they're total. It has not much to do with that. It really depends on where it hits us in a chart, how it's aspecting other things in our chart, how the eclipses themselves are being aspected. All right, so partial doesn't mean, oh, it's just partial. It's just partial to work. No. If anything, these eclipses are coming in so strong. Every eclipse reading that I've done for people, people are feeling it and being moved and grooved with this energy in wonderful, powerful ways. Speaking of, it's your last opportunity. If you want one, I think I have like 2 spaces that I could squeeze people into. So if you want that, reach out now. All right, so eclipse incoming this Friday in the sign of Taurus, reminding us to be deeply checking in with ourselves in regards to our values as we move through this week and even as we move beyond the eclipse. And I will say, eclipses aren't just like, here I am, okay, peace out. I always say eclipses bring us like a download, and I always feel the most intense eclipse time is in the eclipse corridor, the time between the first eclipse and the second eclipse. They always come in at least a pair. Sometimes there's even more. But the time between those energies really is where we're like unfolding and unwinding the first eclipse while building into the second one. So be checking in regularly with yourself and your values. Leading up to that eclipse, we have some potent astro. We have the sun connecting to Pluto. That's going to be on Tuesday. Stand in your power. Notice your power. Know your power. Call your power back to you. This is definitely a very strong, powerful transit, and it is about aligning with your personal power, but sometimes we have to look at our victim, our places where we do not feel empowered in the process of stepping into our power. Acknowledge them. Tend to the shadows, tend to the wounding so that you can fully accept your powerfulness. We have then Uranus transits. I call Pluto and Uranus my superhero planetary agents of change. So Pluto this week, Uranus this week, we are feeling these energies. We have Mars opposite Uranus on Wednesday. So that's can bring a little tug of war energy. Uranus is ultimately about liberation, but sometimes it triggers us. So watch. Again, you may have wounding, you may have stuff, shadow energies being triggered in and through this, and hopefully you value coming into your balance, coming into your power, especially with Mars, coming into your power and taking powerful action in your life with this. Then Venus. Venus is going to connect with Uranus on Thursday. It's going to be a trine. So we have Venus in Capricorn. Venus in Capricorn. Commitment to self-love. Commitment in relationship with the universe. Relationship with others. But again, keeping in mind your personal values. And anywhere that you are not necessarily honoring what you value may spike up some triggers in and through that energy. Friday is the eclipse, again, in Taurus, so it's going to be bringing up a lot of value worth stuff. You can always come join my Patreon group because I will be doing a patron meeting on Wednesday. So if you don't have time for a full reading or the money for it, that's another way that you can show up and show that you value me, but also get some insight and support in and through that. Then next Sunday we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. It's not going to be till later in the evening, so we're going to have that 29 Scorpio all day next Sunday, which really again reminds us, are you standing in your power, but what do you need to address? So for today, for Monday, we have the moon in Aries. Moon in Aries hopefully moving us, grooving us, having us in alignment with action, the moon will connect with Chiron. So if there are areas that we are not being true to ourselves, this energy may come up. It may be shown to us. So our work is aligning with our truest selves. Venus, speaking of Chiron, Venus is also connecting to Chiron in this energy. Venus in Capricorn. Now, a lot of us value how we show up in society, value how we look to society, value how people speak about us in society. But this is, again, a call. Like, you can value all that. You can put a lot of faith in that. But if you are not being true to who you are, at some point, you're going to hit the wall. And so this is a call to really recognize and notice, and it may be shown in your face, where you are not walking your talk, where you are not being true to who you are. So especially with the moon rolling over, the moon is like, you thought you could miss this thing, but you can't. So you really got to face up to that. This also could bring up healing issues in relationship, so do be aware of it. But again, the Chiron and Aries points right back to yourself. So even if there is issues in relationship, what is your personal work? What is your personal responsibility in that energy? Yes, so moon squaring Venus. It's gonna show you some hidden things. It may not be pretty, but this is a really good time to do this work. And again, align with your values as we move into this first eclipse later this week. We also have the sun squaring Jupiter a little bit later in the day. So sun in Scorpio, Jupiter in Aquarius. All hope is not lost. I feel like this energy may be like, I'm never gonna get there. I'm never gonna align with my vision. It's too big, it just can't happen, I'm not powerful enough. Like, all those thoughts that keep us repressed, all those thoughts that keep us smaller, that energy can spike in this. Be very aware. In fact, these energies are at 23 degrees. 23 is 5 energy. 5 is change, but it's also Mercury. So our mental processing may be telling us all the reasons it doesn't work, all the reasons it can't work, all the reasons why we're just stuck in the muck, stuck in the shadow, stuck in the dark. And none of that is true. But, this is showing you areas that you can work on, where you can ultimately find the renewal, rebirthing of yourself in and through this. What is your vision? And again, I know sometimes that it can be hard to just see the whole full big vision. So what's the next step? What's the next step on the way to a bigger vision? Because sometimes the whole big picture, it's so Sagittarius to be able to like hold the big picture, but sometimes we just need to hold the next step. So what is the next step? And work your way into that. Again, sometimes the big picture can even feel stressful, like it's too much, it's too much. So taking it into bite-sized pieces, and I love this, being in the moment can help you on your path to that energy. Hopefully Jupiter, though, will also, because Jupiter is good things. So Jupiter hopefully will show you a path through. Like, watch for the beams of light. Watch for the places that the light comes through. Even in those darkest moments, watch where the light is coming through. Even if you are scared, watch where the light is coming through, because I guarantee that light is guiding you through that tunnel. Oh, such other good cards. Besides the stress card and the be here now card, rebirth, definitely feeling that Scorpio energy. Look at what we're building into. What we're even being rebirthed into. So rebirth. And here we have integration, this beautiful balanced card. This has come up through many readings that I've done for these eclipses. So finding that balance, finding that harmony, but taking the time that it takes. The integration card, while it looks like balance between yin and yang, it's balance in all elements. And it's really, well, it's not a card of patience. It is a card of patience, even though it doesn't say patience. Patience with the process, one step after another. And look at where it's leading to, this flowering. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Especially as we acknowledge this is what I value and I stand for this, the more we align our actions with our values, we will come into this beautiful flowering energy. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. FYI, I will have 2022 readings incoming shortly, so be on the lookout for those as well. Besides that, you can always book, or not book a reading, but purchase gift certificates. Again, if you'd like to support me in the holidays, I would so appreciate that. Just email me about those as well. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.